This bloke said to me, he said, "Shall we talk about diaries?" I said, "Let's." That's spelled Letts. The fact that you have to explain the joke makes it worse. So I said to this bloke, I said, "Can you take my pulse?" And he ran off with my lentils. So I went to the Natural History Museum. I said, "Have you got the bones of Diplodocus?" He said, "No, I'm just wearing new shoes." So I said to this bloke, I said, "I'm going to North Africa." He said, "Tanzania?" I said, "If I don't wear a hat, I'll tan both of them." Oh dear. Okay, so finally, this bloke said to me, he said, "You look like a medieval string instrument." I said, "Are you calling me a liar?" I said, "Do you like my shirt? It's covered in pictures of cactuses." He said, "Cacti?" I said, "Never mind the tie. What do you think of the shirt?" So I was playing the piano in a bar and an elephant walked in. As I was playing, he started crying his eyes out. I said, "Do you recognise the tune?" He said, "No, I recognise the ivory." I went to the head office of the RSPCA today. It's absolutely tiny. You couldn't swing a cat in there. Today I had dinner with my boss and his wife and it was a complete disaster. My boss's wife said to me, "How many potatoes would you like?" I said, "I'll just have one." She said, "It's alright, you don't have to be polite." I said, "Alright then, I'll just have one, you stupid cow." I entered a competition putting sails on boats. It was rigged. So I went down the local hotel and I said, "Can you put me up?" And he nailed me to the ceiling. I've got a friend who puts plaster of Paris on my face, waits for it to dry, and then hits it with a chisel. He cracks me up. Ground sheets. They don't get much coverage. I've got a gun made out of a dozen pigs. It's a 12 bore. This bloke said to me, he said, "Why have you got manure on your head?" I said, "I've just had my hair done." What has lots of legs and a machine gun? A caterpillar. Whenever I'm in Italy, I become a rickety old table. I guess I'm just a hopeless Rome antique. My granddad was a film actor a very long time ago. He was a star of the bronze screen. ... dash dash dash. I really regret that. Remorse code. After I've had an argument, I sometimes hold a hoover over my head. It helps clear the air. The other day I sat on a hairdryer. That put the wind up me. So I was lying in a bath of meth and my girlfriend rang up and said she was lying in a bath of paraffin. I said, "I'm with you in spirit." Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. What did one hat say to the other? "Stay here, I'm going on ahead." Oh God. Why did Billy get fired from the banana factory? He kept throwing away the bent ones. Dad, can you put my shoes on? No, I don't think they'll fit me. That's not so much a dad joke as a reply to someone, isn't it? Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. What does a lemon say when it answers the phone? Yellow. In 2002, the Queen had been on the throne for 50 years. Would you believe it? This bloke said to me, he said, "Are you a high flyer?" I said, "No, I tend to hand out flyers at waist level." I went to the haberdashery. I was looking for a cheap frill. I went down the local opticians. I said, "Have you got a contact lens solution?" He said, "What about laser surgery?" This bloke said to me, he said, "I'm the brother of River Phoenix." I said, "You must be joking." Well, that doesn't, I mean, it's pronounced Joaquin, isn't it? So, it doesn't really work. Okay. I fell in love with a clumsy cleaner. She swept me off my feet. I saw a coconut flavoured biscuit playing football. It was Wayne Macaroni. So I went to the chemist. I said, "Give me some rat poison." He said, "I'm sorry sir, but we only sell things to unblock your nose." I said, "I know that, but I've got a rat up my nose." Okay. This bloke said to me, he said, "I live in the sky with a Swiss clock." I said, "You're in cloud cuckoo land." I once tried to hang myself with a clip-on tie. Broke both my legs. I used to file my nails, but then I thought, what's the point in keeping them? Exit signs, they're on the way out. Black Beauty, he's a dark horse. So I went down the local department store. I said, "Have you got any net curtains?" He said, "No, they've all got VAT on them." I said, "That's gross." I said, "I can't decide whether to buy this bed or not." He said, "Do you want to sleep on it?" I said, "Of course I do." I said, "How much is it?" He said, $98.99. I said, "Make your mind up." I'm against the arms race. It's bad for your elbows. This bloke said to me, he said, "Do you have any strong political views?" I said, "No, I don't, you capitalist Europhobe." I rang up pest control. I said, "Vermin?" He said, "No, he just left." I threw a stick in the sea and a round floating object brought it back to me. I said, "There's a good boy." What kind of car does an egg drive? A Volkswagen. Dad, can you put the cat out? I didn't know it was on fire. How do you make 7 even? Take away the S. How does a taco say grace? Let us pray. God, this is old. What time did the man go to the dentist? Come on, you know it. 2:30. Why didn't the skeleton climb the mountain? It didn't have the guts. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? A meltdown. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. The other day I sat on a hairdryer. That put the wind up me. So I was lying in a bath of meth, and my girlfriend rang up and said she was lying in a bath of paraffin. I said, "I'm with you in spirit." I've got a friend who's a very tall blade of grass. He's easily swayed. This bloke said to me, he said, "I bet you can't name a famous Egyptian landmark." I said, "That's what you Sphinx." My dog's bark is worse than his bite because he hasn't got any teeth. And when he barks, people's ears explode. I saw a 20-foot parrot the other day. You could knock me down with a feather. Right, that'll do.